Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Oluchunwobi Daniel. I'm a beauty artist based in Enugu, Nigeria. So if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel, and if you've been here, welcome back. So in today's video, I'll be showing you guys how I achieved this beautiful spotlight Hello eyeshadow. So I used two pigments for this eye look, and I also had to recreate it because I've already done it on a bride before. And the look really went viral, so I felt like I should put it on here for you guys to learn how I achieved it. So if you want to know how I achieved this spotlight Hello Eye makeup, please keep on watching, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Okay, let's get right into it. Okay, so first of all, I'll be applying a little bit of eyeshadow base on her eyelids. Also, I used the Plouise eyeshadow base in 05, and I patted it with my Younger Beauty brush just to blend it in. Remember that before you put your eyeshadow, you have to blend your eye base. If not, it's not going to look smooth. So I first of all apply this brown eyeshadow from the Kamsiscollection Eiva palette. So I really love this palette because it's very pigmented. So the brown eyeshadow was supposed to be a base before the pigment. So I'm using this eyeshadow brush from the Voanbeauties eye set to place the brown eyeshadow, and I'm going to blend it. So if you notice, I'm placing on the two sides of the eyelid, the inner and the outer part of the eyelid, and I'm also blending it across the crease line. So it's more like I'm just putting it all over though. So I kept blending and blending, making sure that there are no harsh lines. Remember, if there are harsh lines, you're not going to have a very smooth blend. So I took my time to, achieve a very clean base, because a clean base determines how the main eye makeup is going to look. If it's not properly blended well, trust me, you're not going to have a smooth eyeshadow work. So my eye work, I love it to pop and also have a smooth blend, so I take my time to do the base. So you can see that I'm also extending that eyeshadow on the upper part of the eyelid. Reason is because I really want the crease to have a little bit of a lighter brown, giving it the transition effect. So I'm using the same brown. So the next thing I'm going to do is to go into the black from my Blossom African Queen palette. You guys already know that this palette is actually my favorite. So I use the black to blend into the outer V. I also apply the black in the inner part of the eyelid, so just trying to form the halo effect. So I'll also blend it across the crease because I don't want it to get to the center of the eyes. So if you notice, it's just going to give a little bit of dimension around that area, so the outer and the inner part, and also blend across on the crease. Whatever that is left on your brush, that's what you blend across the crease, because you don't want to have too much eyeshadow around the crease area. So you have to blend, and make sure that the one on the crease area is well diffused into the first brown that I apply. So that's what I'm trying to achieve. So after that, because I want to have a very smooth crease, I don't want to have harsh lines all over, I went in with my Fenty Beauty bronzer in Mocha Mami. So I love this bronzer, and I love the effect it gives on dark skin clients or models, so it's just beautiful. So I love the blend it's giving. I'm trying to diffuse the brown, the black, everything I've applied earlier, just diffuse it by using the same brush, or you can actually use another brush if you don't want to transfer the previous products or previous color you used. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to use my NYS glitter primer on the eyelid. So I'm going to use it all over the eyelid before I go in with my pigments. So I love to use my fingers because I'll be able to manage the amount I'm placing. Mind you, when using pigment, you don't need so much glue, and even if you put so much, try as much as possible to tap and tap and tap, because if you don't tap so well, you're going to have it clustered on the eyes and the pigment is not going to sit well. So, and if you feel it's too much, you can use another finger. So for the pigments I used 2 shades of pigment from the Luzta Cosmetics eyeshadow pigment. The first one I used at the center of the eye is the Luzta pigment in Lemonade. So that's the first one I used. I hope I'm very sure of this shade, but I'm just going to look into it and make sure it's the exact shade I'm mentioning that I'm placing on the center of the lid. I'll definitely leave it in the description box for you. Okay, so after placing this black eyeshadow at the sides and also blending the excess from my brush on the crease line, I'll still go ahead and use another brush and blend out, because trust me, harsh line is a no-no for me when it comes to makeup application. So I'm taking my time to do all the blending that is needed. Guys, it is very, very important. Blend like your life depends on it. Okay, so guys, after the black eyeshadow, I still went back with my Fenty bronzer in Mocha Mami to still blend the edges, because you don't want harsh lines from the black eyeshadow. So I had to diffuse the lines where the black eyeshadow stopped using this bronzer. and I love it because it's pigmented, but I noticed that using it around that area is not that dark, and I like the effect it's giving me. So I'll blend and blend and blend, and make sure when you're blending this part you don't extend it into the brow bone area because of the highlighted part. So that highlighted part is actually the beauty of eyebrows, so you don't want to take that bronzer into that highlighted part of the brows. So I quickly finished up with the skin work, and then I had to still complete the eye work because I wasn't done yet. And if you want to know how I achieved this skin work, I have a video. I'll link it up so you guys can see how I slayed her face. This is the second time I'm doing her makeup on this channel, and I took my time to do the skin work. So guys, you can watch the video and see how I achieved a very beautiful skin work. So you just have to watch how I achieved the skin work, and that's it. This video is basically for the eye work because a lot of people loved the look. I'm going to leave a video or maybe a picture of that look on here so you guys can see the recreation. The only difference is that my bride in that video on my Instagram page has more tinier eyes than my model here. So I mean, I feel that the tinier the eyes, the better. And she has hooded eyes, but I feel that the eyeshadow kind of looks, I don't know, looked better on the bright eyes. Maybe because she has cat eyes, I don't know. But it was really nice, and also it's nice on lean, you know, different eye shapes, you know, gives you a different eye look altogether, even if you do the same thing. So I'm just basically finishing up with the skin work. I didn't know I actually added this clip in this video, but it's fine. So you guys can see how that bronzer looks on her skin. I won't even say much because I've done a skin work on lean, and it's one of my last videos I posted before this one. So if you haven't watched it, please make sure to watch it because I really took my time to, you know, do that makeup. I mean, I'm not saying it's the most watched video on this channel, but I mean, people really loved it. You can read through the comment section and see why people really love it. So I'm sure if you watch it, you're going to love it. Definitely, because I too love it. Everyone says that look was bomb, like bomb. So you have to watch it if you haven't. So I'll just link it up so you guys can click and watch. So guys, I had to finish up with the gel liner. You guys already know that Inglot 77 gel liner is my favorite black gel liner because it's the most pigmented gel liner ever. It doesn't run, it mattes, it doesn't clean even when you tear. So it's my favorite and I can't not do without it. Okay, so after lining her waterline, I went ahead to line her upper lash line, and I didn't do my usual lining. I usually line and, you know, give her a little bit of cat eyes, but this time around I just stopped at the end and smoked it in. I smudged it kind of into the eyeshadow on the outer corner of her eyes. So I'm using this liner brush is an tiny angle brush from one of the brushes I copied from AliExpress some years back. I love it because it's very sharp and precise. So you can see how I'm just trying to smudge in that liner into the outer corner of her eyelid. I just wanted it to have a little bit of smoky effects. And after that, I'm going to go in with my tiny blending brush to blend the gel liner, and then later I'm going to tap a little bit of black eyeshadow to just keep it matte, because you don't want to just blend the eyeliner and leave it there without, you know, using an eyeshadow to mattify it, because you know that sometimes these gel liners, if it's not properly blended, especially if it's not in the right place like the waterline, it might just start having a little bit of cracks. So you might need to use a little bit of black eyeshadow to just put it in place. So I'm using this tiny pencil brush to blend. You need to blend that liner out at the edge because you don't want it to look tacky and unblended. So you have to take your time to blend, then add some eyeshadow. So I'm just adding a little bit of the black eyeshadow just to put it in place, because if you don't, it might just start creasing or getting a little bit patchy. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is to apply the same eye pigment I used on the eyelid just below the lash line. I used the Lemonade first before I went in with the Glossy, and you definitely need to put a tiny bit of the NYS glitter primer, because if you don't put a little bit of it, definitely it's not going to hold the pigment. So you have to add a little bit of the glitter primer so that when you put the pigment, it's going to sit well. If not, it will start running down on the model's face, and you don't want that. So I'm loving the effect on the top and bottom of her eyes. I really love it. I really love it. I just wanted to use Lane because my bride that I did this eye makeup on, she's equally very dark, and she really loved her makeup that she had to book for her white wedding. So guys, make sure that whatever you do on a client, you have a clean finish. Trust me, that's definitely going to bring back that client. The clients will book you because the experience she had with you was a sweet one. So you can see that I'm working on lean, and we are also having, enjoying ourselves by gisting. We gisted, and the makeup session was really fun. So I'm just blending out the setting powder using my Sephora powder in Deep Tan 60. I use it on the darkest shade, like the darkest person, because it's not pale. I love the earth tone color it has, just blends in with the person's complexion. So I'll go ahead and use my Zara mascara. Lean has very extremely coily lashes. So you will need to use mascara before going in with your lashes. well, she gets a little bit teary, very teary. Even in my first makeup video I posted of her, she was really teary, but it's very natural to be. So I went ahead to use these lashes from Voanbeauties. Actually, they don't have numbers and names, so I just selected the styles that I liked and I paid for them. So I'm carefully placing those lashes because Lynn has an extremely coily eyelashes, extremely coily. You don't want to place lashes and it will hang. So when placing lashes on coily lashes, you have to be careful and you have to use the body of the artificial lashes to bend the natural lashes. That way it will be easier to get the base of the lashes into the lash line. I'm really going to do a video on how to place lashes on coily lashes. That way you guys will understand better. So I'll go back and press the lashes because she said that she still feels a little bit of discomfort. Even if she doesn't say, please make sure you ask your clients if they are comfortable with the way the lashes are sitting on them. If they are not, please try as much as possible to press. You can see what I'm doing. I like to press with wet hands, and the only way to do that is to press your hand into a wipes and then go back and press the base of the lashes. That way, guys, the lashes is going to stay put. Because why I use wet hands is because water and glue, once you use water to press in your glue, it just makes the glue not to be gummy, because sometimes when you put lashes it starts gumming on the lower part of the client's eyes, and the best way to avoid it is to press the lashes using wet hands. I can remember then when I go to salons to fix my lashes, you know those lashes that look like masquerade. I did it back to back, man. I really did it back to back. And I noticed that the people that were fixing it were using bonding glue, and they always use wet hands to press the glue so that you don't, it doesn't glue your lower lashes. So that was how I also learned how to do this. So you guys, is more like a tip. So I sprayed her face with a Max Fix spray, and I'm trying to use my powder cover to fan her down because I feel this is the fastest way to fan her face down. Okay. So I really did this for a while before she wore her wig, and I went ahead to use my Zero mascara on her lower lashes. So Lynn has little or no lower lashes, but I would have decided to just fix her lower lashes, but I'm not so much of a fan of it, and she wanted to have this look and she also wanted it to look simple, so we kept it simple even though it's a smoky spotlight eye. So I had to pop a little bit of pigment on her tear ducts. So this is me adding some Y Glam Beauty Cosmetics pigment in Glitz. So guys, this is the finished look, and I hope you all enjoyed it. And if you don't understand, please leave it in the comment section. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and see you in my next video. Bye.